We got out of there. We called the limo. This is where it gets f***ed up. We called the limo. Death Row is still sitting out there waiting for us. The limo's pulling off as we're coming out. Death Row's behind us. It was like, this motherfucker's trying to kill us, man. What they trying to do? What do they want? I don't understand. What do they want?
That song came about because Paul Rosenberg, yeah, he reached out. He was getting extorted by some Crips.
Who, Paul Rosenberg was?
Or
Or
Eminem was getting extorted by some Crips.
Meaning that they're saying you can't come out here unless you pay us, or...
Yeah, maybe like he was paying them money and just like getting bullied.
And didn't they do security for Eminem a little bit when M used to come out to the West Coast? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Did you catch this? 100%. Samoan. Lift up your shirt, bro. Lift up your shirt. Lift up your shirt. Show your tap. Look at that. Samoan.
I was like, what's up?
Suge Knight scared of you. Suge Knight scared of you.
And then everyone I talked to, they were, man, is Suge really this, really that? I was like,
But when
I'm Somoan, man.
Imagine being one of the most famous rappers on earth, millions of records sold, the industry in your back pocket, and still getting pressed by street legends who don't care about fame, only power. Today we're diving into a story that sounds more like a hip-hop urban myth, but the receipts are there. Suge Knight allegedly rolled up on Eminem not once, not twice, but multiple times, attempting to extort the Detroit MC in his camp. And if that wasn't enough, there are strong rumors that the Crips, possibly members of the infamous Rolling 60s, were running a parallel play.
They was not scared of Suge Knight. They was terrified.
That nigga Suge Knight was a cold gangster.
Suge sending a message. I was like,
I knew Eminem was real. He's like, man. This is when I knew. I'm like, damn, Eminem is a real nigga. These niggas.
He's from Detroit. He's from Detroit, man. He's from 8 Mile. Yeah, of course, M was ready to go. He was ready to go.
Well, in 1999 at the Source Awards, Suge Knight sent his henchmen.
So how did Eminem, a white rapper from 8 Mile, Detroit, survive the full court press from the most feared extortionists in Los Angeles? Simple. He moved like a president, and he had the Booyah Tribe, Samoan gangsters from the Sons of Somoa, handling the streets end of things. Yeah, it gets deep, so let's dig into this.
Hello. What up?
M was walking to his seat, I'm standing up to the side, and M was cut off on his way to his seat, and all these guys in red shirts surrounded him. And I'm looking at M's face, and I'm looking at these guys, I'm like, something ain't right. So I start making my way around to come up the aisle, and next thing I know, you see all these guys talking about Death Row, Death Row. I was like, Death Row, what does it got to do with him? He said, hey man, Suge sent him a message. I was like, oh, shit. We got out of there. We called the limo. This is where it gets f***ed up. We called the limo. Death Row is still sitting out there waiting for us. The limo's pulling off as we're coming out. Death Row's behind us. It was like, this motherfucker's trying to kill us, man. What they trying to do? What do they want? I don't understand. What do they want?
M's ready to swing on someone if he has to.
Yeah, man. You know, like I said, he ain't no.
Suge Knight wasn't just a music executive. He was the enforcer of his own empire. He made a name for himself, strong-arming artists, producers, and even studio execs. If you were aligned with Dr. Dre, you were now an enemy by association. That's the reality 50 Cent and Eminem stepped into. During the legendary Indie Club video shoot, Suge showed up uninvited. Witnesses say he brought 50 Mexican gang members deep with him. It looked like a war was about to pop off, but instead of folding, Eminem was reportedly front line, ready for whatever. Tony Yayo and 50 Cent have both gone on record saying M didn't flinch. He stood tall like he was from Compton himself.
Club video shoot. So we in the video, all you heard was, Suge is coming! This is when I knew Eminem was real. He's like, don't give a man. Eminem came outside 100%. Them Detroit niggas kind of crazy.
The confrontation fizzled out, but Suge didn't stop there. According to Eminem's former bodyguard, Knight tried it again in Hawaii, this time rolling with 50 plus Bloods. Another reported attempt happened backstage at the Source Awards. Again, nothing came of it. Why? Because M wasn't out here moving like a regular rap star. He had real street insurance, and that brings us to...
Speaking of collabs, how did you end up working with Booyah Tribe?
Well, Booyah Tribe I never worked with. That's my family.
You're just cool with them?
Those are my brothers. And I want to salute them because they saved a lot of rappers' lives and protected a lot of people on the West Coast, and they never get acknowledged. Yeah. You understand?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Booyah Tribe are your uncles?
Yep.
Didn't they do security for Eminem a little bit when M used to come out to the West Coast? Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, he reached out. He was getting extorted by some Crips.
Who, Paul Rosenberg was, or
Eminem was getting extorted by some Crips.
Meaning that they're saying you can't come out here unless you pay us, or...
Yeah, maybe like he was paying them money and just like getting bullied. I don't know the exact details, but yeah, so a few phone calls were made.
The Booyah Tribe weren't just a rap group. They were the sons of Somoa, rooted in LA gang culture, and feared across the board. They didn't need to flash chains or throw signs. Their presence was enough to turn tides. Word is, when Suge and possibly even Crips tried to lean on M, the Booyah Tribe stepped in, and not with threats, just presence. In LA politics, that's sometimes all it takes. The respect these guys command. Suge Knight reportedly wanted no part of that smoke. And it worked. The extortion attempts stopped, the Crips backed down, and Eminem kept pushing. As a thank you, M did what he could only do. He dropped a verse so rare and fire that it stands as one of his most unexpected features. The track 911 with Booyah Tribe and Cypress Hill's own Be Real.
Yeah.
They're the first Polynesian rap band.
Yeah, and didn't they do security for Eminem a little bit when M used to come out to the West Coast? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
That's how that song Hip Hop is in the State of 911 with Booyah Tribe and Be Real. That's how that song came about, because Paul Rosenberg, yeah, he reached out. He was getting extorted by some Crips.
Who, Paul Rosenberg was, or
Eminem was getting extorted by some Crips.
Meaning that they're saying you can't come out here unless you pay us, or...
Yeah, maybe like he was paying them money and just like getting bullied. I don't know the exact details, but yeah, so I don't know the exact details, but I do know that a few phone calls were made, and then that's how the feature came about, because they were like, anything in return, what do you want? And they was like, I want a feature. Yeah, if you hear what he says, you know, he's like 40, 50 Somoans. He throws lyrics out.
In that verse, Eminem doesn't just rap. He throws darts, direct shots at the Crips, name-dropping Debo. And if you know your LA lore, you know Debo was inspired by one man, Big U. That's right, the same Big U who was recently indicted in Operation Drawdown, a massive RICO targeting the rolling 60s. So while it's not confirmed that it was Big U's crew trying to extort M, the dots are lining up just a little too neatly. In LA, extortion was business. Suge handled the power moves, and Big U made sure the streets respected the play. It seemed they tried, but M wasn't the one to get caught slipping. Let's be real, Eminem had the one thing that protected him above all else: resources. He moved like a sitting president, had elite level security, and was smart enough to make alliances where it counted. He didn't try to be something he wasn't, but when push came to shove, he stood tall. He didn't need to say "on my set" because he just made a phone call. The Booyah Tribe did the rest, and that's what makes this story so legendary, because in a time where everyone was getting pressed, rappers, producers, label heads, Eminem stayed untouched. And for that, he gave back in a way only Slim Shady could, with bars on record. Legendary. So what do y'all think? Was Suge really trying to strong arm M? Were the Crips and Big U really behind the pressure too? And did the Booyah Tribe just make Eminem the first and only rapper in history to say I'm good to both Suge Knight and the Rolling 60s? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This channel is growing fast. We're just a couple subscribers away from hitting 2,000. And this month alone, we passed 150,000 views. If you want more stories like this, raw, researched, and told with zero industry filter, make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment, and smash that subscribe. And yo, if you believe in what we're doing here at Misguided Media, consider donating. Every penny goes right back into the channel so we can keep bringing you the content everyone else won't touch. Stay safe, stay smart, and remember, real power don't always move loud. Until next time, I'm out.